Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today. My name is Ankit Giri. I'm a student pursuing PGDM from Indus Business Academy, and with me Aitra Singh. On behalf of Team Bharani, we'll be posting a presentation on environmental analysis by a pistol on ICICI Bank. Kindly note, the main purpose of doing this presentation is for only educational and information purpose. We have done a pest analysis which determines the external factors that affect the banking industry. The main purpose of doing pest analysis is to analyze the external marketing environment during this pandemic. So I'll be covering political, economic and social factor. Since there has been a change in current market scenario due to the COVID-19 pandemic, there has been change in repo rate and reverse repo rate. The RBI has reduced the repo rate to 4%, which is the interest on loan that the banks takes from RBI, so that they can take more money from RBI and circulate it in the market by giving loans to the public. And reverse repo rate is reduced to 3.35%. Accumulation of cash is reduced to 3% from 4%, giving more money into the market so that the money gets circulated within the economy. For example, giving more and more loans to the public. Now coming to economic factor. Commercial property which was bought by taking loans from bank, and due to COVID situation, the construction was stopped, so the interest on loan was kept paused for some time. The steps add to previous measures which allowed a one-off restructuring of loans to small businesses that were in default as of January 1. The loans which was taken earlier and due to lockdown, their interest payment were suspended for 3 months, and in that case, interest on money is not coming back to the bank, which is impacting the economy too. Now coming to social factor. People are finding idle cash is a waste of time in a bank, as many banks has reduced the interest rate on savings account. So people are not keeping the money in their savings account. Instead, they are taking out of their money and putting in some other businesses or any for different purpose to get some money out of it to keep their incoming money supply going. Previously, people used to keep idle cash for emergency situation only, but considering the current situation of unemployment and recession, people are investing in diverse field in order to earn money and survive. Nowadays, the EMI trend has increased immensely. People are not willing to pay the whole amount. Moreover, down payment has also been removed. For example, we can say that to buy a car, earlier people used to save the money to buy a car, but now after getting the first salary, people are buying the car on EMI with zero down payment. In this case, bank is not getting the money since there is no saving. The next point is the increase in the use of plastic money. So now we can see material increase in the use of plastic money, which are debit cards and credit cards, rather than use of paper money. We see a natural inclination towards the use of plastic money as people are impatient and doesn't bother about saving. Materialism has crept in our daily life, and people want materials as fast and as soon as possible. The traditional way was income minus savings is equal to expenditure, whereas in recent times it has become income minus expenditure equals to saving, which shows that we are less into savings and more into expenditure. The use of plastic money has made this possible without any saving, as the banks provide loans in order to fulfill our dreams in a very short period of time. The banking industry lacks in amount of saving in order to fulfill customer demand, which is affecting the banking industry. Since the current situation is supposed to persist or unpredictable at the moment, so how long this situation continues is not known to us. So we are predicting that this situation shall continue for a definite period of time. The next factor will be covered by Aitra Singh. Thank you.
Thank you, Ankit. Now, since we have talked about the political, economic and the social factors affecting the ICICI Bank, now I would like to move forward with the technological, environmental and the legal factors which are affecting the ICICI Bank. So, if we start with the technological factor, the first one is the innovation labs being launched to go ahead in the fintech race. Now, we have to first understand what is fintech race. Fintech is made up of two words, finance and technology. Now, what does fintech mean? Fintech means those organizations or businesses who use technology, or rather I would say artificial intelligence, to automate their financial processes. So basically a fintech race is going on between the private banks. So coming to the new technological factor, let's talk about iMobile Smart Keys. iMobile Smart Keys is the Asia's first payment service using smartphone keypad. iMobile Smart Keys lets you transfer funds while chatting. It is a new feature which is launched by ICICI Bank, or rather I would say introduced by ICICI Bank, which lets you enable mobile banking on your smartphone's keyboard, and we can directly switch to applications without interrupting our chat, and we can directly transfer our funds using the iMobile Smart Keys. Now coming to the third technological factor, ICICI Bank have started partnership with fintechs like FinPay and Arteria. I just now gave you the definition of what is fintech. So let me tell you something about FinPay. FinPay enables merchant onboarding by using electronic KYC, PAN and IMPS verification. Now, the ICICI Group also holds a 20% stake on Arteria, which provides supply chain solution and payment integration services to original equipment manufacturers and their supply chain network. Okay, so talking about the different environmental factors which are affecting the ICICI Bank, I first want to say that different industries have different environmental standards. The climate change might affect the bank indirectly. The climate change can affect the farmers. The sales might vary due to the climate change, and they might not be able to pay the monthly installments, due to which the non-performing asset rate or the percentage might increase. Also, the climate change might hamper the transportation services like cash delivery to the ATMs as well as credit card delivery from the bank. So talking about the other environmental factor, which is weather condition. Weather change like unseasonal rainfall can cause floods and can affect the small retail shop owners. Their income might get hampered, and so does their current accounts in banks, and also their payable EMIs if they had taken a loan, thereby increasing the NPA percentage and thereby affecting the bank. Okay, so moving on to the legal factors affecting the ICICI Bank, the first one is the health and safety law. We know that what is happening outside due to this pandemic, COVID-19. So ICICI Bank has also taken care of the health and safety of its customers and employees. It encourages us customers to use digital solutions while we stay at home, and any kind of services would be provided to them at their disposal. They will not find any reason to visit the branches. Also, they have opened certain laws like we can visit a branch between 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. where from Monday to Saturday, and the staff will be available to cater to such essential banking needs. So now we come to the impact of the current pistol which we have discussed now on the banking industry, keeping the COVID-19 pandemic in mind. First point goes as the RBI projected the gross NPA figure to be 10.5% by September 2020. Now, what is NPA? NPA stands for non-performing assets, which is a term given to those people who are not paying their monthly installments in return of the loans which they have taken from the banks within a period of 90 days. So the Reserve Bank of India expects the asset quality of Indian banks to worsen by September next year, as the macroeconomic situation hasn't improved. The gross non-performing asset ratios for scheduled commercial banks could worsen to 10.5% by this September 2020 from 9.9% which was in the first half of the current financial year. Coming to the second impact on the industry, the interest rates on loans have been reduced since the COVID-19 has affected people financially. So therefore the banks have decided to reduce the interest rates. Now this is due to the action of the central bank, which is the Reserve Bank of India, who has reduced the repo rate by 75 bias points, that is 5.15% to 4.4%. In the second point, the interest rates on loans have been reduced. This is what is said. So the interest rate also varies the monetary policy, since the monetary policy depends on the payable interest, and due to this disruption in the monetary policy, the rate of return on financial assets has also been affected. Now all these factors together affect the balance of payment or the balance of international payment, which is a record of all the international transactions done by the people of a particular country. So see, these are the references or sources from where we have collected all the information to make this entire PPT. Thank you for watching these slides.